Systemax are a privately owned business, been around since 2004. We've been approximately 20 staff now, and we're located and look after the whole of Queensland now, Northern Territory and Fiji. Where you mentioned the web control product, it's actually a product that we actually use from someone else. It's an automated logic controls product, but we chose this product brand because of the innovation within the product itself. What it actually has is there's a lot of things we do is building services, integration, analytics and building management systems, if you like. So having a product that can combine all these different services, and it's a bit of a mouthful, but what it actually is just bringing in all the building services like your heating, ventilation, air conditioning, your access control, CCTV, all your metering, electrical, water, gas, all those sorts of things, bring them in together and give a simple user interface for a client to actually analyse the system, see the performance and benchmark the systems. Now, the product itself has got some great features from a good company. However, what it allows us to do is a lot of customisation as well. And what we can do within that is the integration side of it, but also the analytics. So generally you have products with analytics, and those things are generally a software platform sitting above everything else that is subscription based, and there's people behind that data. So people have to actually read in the information, get that data provided to them, take the time to analyse it, and then make recommendations. And those sorts of things can take up to 30 to 60 days to get back in place to start seeing a return. The system we use actually allows us to not just have the analytics embedded in there, so we look for anomalies within a system itself. So if there's been a temperature fault, say, over in a traditional system, somebody's emailed, SMS'd, and they know there's an issue that's occurred. At that point in time, though, the customer's already seeing that there's actually a problem there, the temperature, and it's impacting the client, possibly their customers, and also contractual leasing agreements as well. So what we actually do is we have the analytics built into the system as well. So we might look for anomalies within that same environment, say 9 or 10 different parts of that system, and say, well, the airflow hasn't maintained itself or got to its minimum position 3 times in the last 24 hours. There's a potential maintenance issue there. So what it allows us to do is do predictive maintenance for the client. So they can actually, the facility manager can walk in and see, here's my fault detection diagnostics, here's my alerts. They're not critical issues, they're just alerts at just that point in time. And they can see those things and do their maintenance based on what's possibly going to fail, rather than just doing just the standard maintenance scheduling. So what we've actually managed to do is combining those analytics and monitoring tools as well, and bring that into the single platform for the client there. The likes of the Sunshine Coast Council is somewhere we've actually worked for a long time. So since 2004 we've been doing work. I think our first project was at Nambour, and we've built up from there. Sunshine Coast Council are actually quite innovative themselves, and I'm not just saying that in that way. They've actually utilised the facilities that we've got there and actually pushed the boundaries of what we do to provide a platform specifically to suit what their needs are as well, and we keep on growing those. So as you can see from here, again, we can use, we have the different services brought into the system there, but there's also analytics built into that at the same time. So instead of all this data and big data that's coming in from the services, so integrating all those different services in and the data that comes from that, and also the control from the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, we can get all that data and create those algorithms to give them a percentage output of performance of the equipment, of the building, and benchmarking those things. So they can look and see, look, my contractual agreement is I've got to maintain conditions between this, and I'm maintaining that 98% of the time. Facility manager moves on and carries on doing their other jobs. They don't worry about it anymore. The integration of systems, again, it's bringing industry standard protocols like the BACnet protocol, Modbus, SNMP, LON, all these different things. So all the services you see, and even solar, that side of things. So each one of those services generally has their own software platform, and that sits there. So facility manager has to go to dedicated computers or different websites, and our specialisation is actually to know how to visualise the data that the client wants to get by liaising with them, and bringing that information in, and then actually presenting that to the client for what they need. So, yeah, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom.